halala sanbongela, halala, halala sanbongela we. Halala, halala sanbongela, halala, halala sanbongela we.
Hello, my brothers.
We're getting back to our roots, baby.
Oh, how are we getting back to our roots?
Straight back to the motherland.
I hope that song's. First of all, I hope that's from one of the Christian African nations. That's not some kind of.
Would you like the entire history of that song?
I hope that joyous chant is not some kind of fucking Muslim bullshit. I'm gonna be so mad, dude.
No, those are South African Zulus. Look at the way they're dressed.
Oh,
look
right.
at the way that they're dressed.
You said Zulu.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
This is from a university. Now these are educated people.
Yeah. I also like how the main guy, he has that voice, but he's probably 16.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I like his polo shirt with the jeans and the corded belt. I mean, he's killing it. You have to look and tell. I can tell you instantly. Put that outfit on anybody. That's a Christian man for sure. That's somebody trying to look good to perform.
This is a preppy South African school. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the cool kids for sure. Well, hello, my friend.
Hi.
You made it back in one piece from your.
Well, nobody even knows none of this has been recorded on podcast yet because we haven't.
Right, certainly not.
But I drove down there. I drove down to Texas, and then I drove all the way back up.
Yes.
Last week, I guess. And we hung out. We had some laughs. We did activities.
We did a bunch of shit.
And then I drove back. While we were there, we tried to record a podcast, but we were so tired because we were old men who had been drinking for days that it was completely unlistenable, and I'm not even going to listen to it to see if it's releasable.
No.
So we were just like, let's try this one again.
There's one thing that I want to revisit
some more
one
stuff
bit
out of this rock. Sure, yeah.
I want to revisit one bit. I want to talk about getting a pump so good. Getting a pump so good that I thought I might be able to believe in God. That was. I think that's important to talk about.
Yeah.
I was at the gym.
That sounds like a healthy. That sounds like a good way for everything to go.
I'm at the gym. I'm getting my pump on. I'm listening to Van Morrison. As you do at the gym, of course. I'm getting amped up. I'm listening to 1989 New Age Van Morrison.
Ooh.
Straight up fucking goober shit. And I had so many endorphins going. My serotonin levels were so high that I was nothing but pure sincerity in that moment. I broke through the cynical veneer that encases my entire existence. And for one moment, I'm like, yeah, you're right, Van. God does shine his light on me. It was good shit. It was probably the most euphoric moment I've had in 4 or 5 years. And it was just because I had run 5 miles and then I was doing a workout and I'm like, I can't believe I still have the energy to do a workout right now. This is incredible. God's power rushes through me every day.
Dude, you're becoming Marky Mark. You're just gonna be a guy. You're gonna be on Instagram, just posting gym pics and being like, another day. God brings us another beautiful day, everybody.
The Lord brings us together. I've been saying this. This is the truth. His light, I feel it. I feel it shining down upon me. And speaking of light shining down upon people, I peeled a little bit. I got a little bit of sunburn from our prolonged outing.
We all got somewhat burned being out in the rays. Yeah, you got the least bad out of the three of us because you were standing and not just sort of laying flat and letting the sun hit you.
Yes. Yeah, I was reaching up and standing up before my lord, and allowing his light to hit every crevice of my body.
All I'm saying is, if I was in the Ukraine, things might have gone different.
God, he's the best. He's such a perfect meathead.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you should have a podcast instead of Joe Rogan.
They should do a podcast together.
Yeah.
They should both interview the guy at the same time, and then the guest would never get a word in at any point. It would just be two Boston guys going at each other for 3 hours.
Is Joe Rogan from Boston?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can claim him. He's yours.
That's okay. That's
you sure?
No Italians. No, it's fine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes.
You know,
Irish,
I'm only about. Like in Ireland, fuck the Irish, but it's in Beantown. It's all about the boys. Come on.
I see. I'm learning the complex, the complexities of your internalized hatred of Irish people.
It's like African Americans and African dudes. They're not fans of each other. Same thing, right?
I do not understand.
Except the African guys are the sort of more polite, well-dressed ones.
Very confused.
Yes. Actually, well, I don't know. It's similar. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah, you're all the same to me.
Now I know how. Now I get it. Now I understand.
I'm gonna make it my mission to make you. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do to make you uncomfortable with how much I bash Irish people, and specifically you, and make fun of. I know there is. I know you say that there isn't. I know that there probably isn't, but I gotta know. I'm like, what extents can I go to? Like what if there's got to be some combination of words out there that I can combine that might get you a little bit like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there probably is. I don't know actually, but there probably is some just like, hey, you can't say that, motherfucker. Well, we can say that.
Hey, yeah, exactly. There's somewhere.
When you say it, I can tell you don't get it. We say it because we get it, but we
yeah, because it like that's the problem with people who don't like have any sort of attachment to like their cultural identity or like ego or any sort of like who basically are impossible to insult. It's like, what are you going to do? What are you supposed to do against somebody who doesn't care? They're like water, they conform to any glass that you throw at them.
Mm-hmm.
You started a new job.
I did that too. I started a new job. There's my current sort of strategy job wise is what my current idea of how jobs work is that really all you have to do is respond to messages quickly, and you don't have to be good at anything or know what you're doing at all. You really only care that you respond to things very, very fast.
Well, what happens in that situation is if you're known as the guy who responds quickly, it's like, you could say a lot of things about him, but the guy gets back to you really fast, and I appreciate that. He's a punctual kind of guy. Now, some of these people, they're really, really talented, and they're like good looking and are good at conversation, and people enjoy being around them, but they just don't get back to you immediately. Declan, he's instantly getting back to you. That email within 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's something I had to adjust to, because in my mind, naturally, I think if you take a long time to respond to something, that's polite to the other person because you're taking the heat off them. You're making them not have to deal with something for a while. And then you pass it back to them, and then they hold on to it for a while, and then both of you are working less. And I think this is probably how things were until women came into the picture, and women respond to an email in 10 fucking seconds. And I'm like, no, God damn it, you idiot. We don't have to be working. You can wait. Wait like 3 hours. It's fine. No one's gonna.
Oh yeah.
So I just sent an email and just get one back. So, God damn it, no, you don't understand.
So sometimes I'll get emails and I don't even. I'm like, I'll get an email at 10 in the morning and I'll be like, yeah, that's a tomorrow morning response email.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a little late in the day to be taking emails right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't know. I already have this other workload that I was looking at, and that email would take at least 5 minutes. So,
I'll schedule because Gmail lets you. I'll schedule an email if it's like a certain time of day, I don't want to send an email at 5:30 p.m. So I'll schedule a response for I'll do 8:17 tomorrow morning. That's not too early.
Yeah.
I'm up at 8:17. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Not on an even number or anything. Yeah.
If I have a video edit that's due on a Friday, and I send a revision at, let's say, 1:00 on a Tuesday, and I get responses to the revision at 1:30 on said Tuesday, I'm not taking a look at that thing until Wednesday, probably about 2:00. It's like you can expect a new revision on that Wednesday morning,
Yeah.
Because it's like look, a part of my productivity is just watching a bunch of Looney Tunes videos on YouTube. That's just part of my method. It's like this is the part of the day where I'm going to spend 45 minutes procrastinating by learning about obscure 70s baseball players,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to do it. Otherwise the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah. The guy who's, I guess he's training me or something. I don't know what I thought, cause, on my first day, the guy who, interviewed me was out sick. So I thought that the guy they assigned me to was a temporary guy. But I guess not. It's just been him, and he's been there for apparently years, and he doesn't seem to know what the fuck he's doing. And he I had this task I was supposed to do on our time tracker. It was supposed to take 4 to 6 hours, it said, and after the first day, I was like, yeah, I tried this thing, but it's it's not working, and it's giving this error, and he's was this the first or the second day? I was working out the first day, and then the second day, it was 2 p.m. I was like, yeah, this I tried the obvious solution. It's giving me this error. There's clearly something I'm not getting because it's this whole new code base I'm not used to.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why don't you try starting over from scratch and walking through it step by step? And I was like, okay, you could explain it. This isn't this is some weird school shit where it's you could just tell me what to do. Why are you being the riddle master over here? So I was just like, all right, because I started out being I'm gonna try real hard. I'm gonna change things. I'm gonna work really hard at this job. And then I'm just like, all right, well, I guess tomorrow. It's 2:30. I'm like, all right, tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
It sounds like you need to experience the Lord's grace through the pumping of iron. I think that you need. I never really.
I don't think that happens for me. I mostly get headaches. And I take dumps. I'm gonna try to lift weights.
Oh man, dude, it's I've hit a fucking groove here. I'm walking a fucking air right now, bro.
Wow.
I'm living in God's light.
That's really cool, man.
Thank you. See the sincerity. Everything was just it all washes off of me. nothing can stick to me because I have the Lord as my shield.
Yeah.
And what shit, there was something else I was gonna ask. New work thing. No, it's gone. That's okay.
Briefly, we tried to do this in the episode we did record. I did drive across the country twice. I do have some impressions.
Hit me with it.
Well, Ohio, when you drive across it, is very big, and I don't like it. And I was talking about Columbus being a nightmare to drive through, and you seemed you seemed skeptical of that.
There we go.
So I was thinking maybe I got the cities mixed up, and it was like Cleveland or something. But then I was driving back, went through Columbus again, and nope, it's an absolute fucking nightmare where there's exits that look like exits, but it's not the right exit, and then there's other ones where like you could take the wrong exit, but it turns out that they both end up in the same place anyways, and it's just fucking crazy.
Sure. I admittedly don't have a ton of experience driving in Columbus.
Driving through Cincinnati is like driving through a fucking spaceship. They must have just paved the roads or something. It's like there's not a fucking crack. There's not a bump on those goddamn roads. Every light in all the tunnels is on and working. It's wild. And
it's also it's not like a monotonous sort of flat environment. You're constantly stimulated by going up and down over hills and shit. And there's like little pockets of areas of the city that you kind of drive by. Cincinnati's cool. Cleveland's cool too. There's a great turn in Cleveland called Dead Man's Turn, which I'm sure every city has one. But the one in Cleveland is really, really fucking good. It's just super satisfying to drive through because it's so huge. It's like a massive 90-degree angle. And it's like 5 lanes or something. It's sick.
Cool.
Where else?
I don't think I went directly through Cleveland either time, so I didn't really see it. So yeah, you get through Ohio, and then you get into Kentucky is next. Yeah, and Kentucky is pretty sweet. And then it's got a lot of hills, got a lot of caves.
Yes.
There's
lots of sheer rock faces.
That's more in Tennessee, I found. Maybe kind of both. But yeah, Tennessee, you see a lot of rocks shaped like Tennessee, which is pretty fun. And then Arkansas kind of just looks like eastern Texas, which kind of is just farmland. But oh man, this is something that happened. I totally forgot about. I already told you this, but I totally forgot about Memphis.
Yes.
I was like, coming up, this is like another city. Okay, driving through Memphis. You round a corner. Holy shit, it's not only the Mississippi River, but you don't even see it, on the horizon as you approach it. You just suddenly turn and there's the fucking Bass Pro Pyramid right there. It's so sick.
What an awesome 1-2 punch, because it's a great bridge, and then the pyramid itself is so stinking huge, and if you drive by it at night, they have it lit up in Bass Pro colors and everything.
Yeah, the way back, I drove past the Bass Pro silhouette. It's glorious green tip.
I'll go someday. I think there's a restaurant at the top or something. There's like a little patio outlook thing at the very top.
I was saluting, sweating, heart racing.
Yeah, it's the shit.
Yeah, that rules. I was telling my mom about it. I just mentioned Memphis, I saw the Bass Pro Pyramid, and she goes, "That's so weird," because she was like looking at my trip on like Google Maps, and she just happened to like look at the Mississippi river bridge, the Memphis Bridge there, and she didn't know anything. She didn't know about. My mom doesn't know about the Bass Pro Pyramid, obviously. She's looking at the satellite view, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" she just found out about the Bass Pro Pyramid, and then I mentioned it to her like a day later.
It's such a morale boost to see. You know, it really does lift your spirits.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so is there? I gotta look and see if there is a restaurant in there.
I think there might be. I bet there's like a fucking whole food court and shit. It's probably like a mall.
Memphis
it's a whole. They got a pyramid. It's a whole pyramid. I have never seen the Gaza pyramids.
Oh, fuck.
Giza.
Giza. Dude, it looks awesome. Holy shit! Here's the restaurant. Look out at the pyramid. Oh, baby!
Wow, it's.
Why I have to go?
Yeah, I really should have. I should have stopped.
Or is that Fishbowl restaurant? Which one is that?
Is that, man? How many fucking aquariums do you think are in that place? It's like, just the right amount of tacky. It's so awesome.
Dude,
there's like fishing poles hanging from the ceiling.
This is the best,
dude.
I want to sit at that bar. I want to spend $12 for an old fashioned. I want to eat some fish.
I mean,
that's the
I don't
shit,
want
dude.
to like I don't want to sound like a fag, but driving across the entire country, you get, as the kids say, extremely black-pilled, because most of the country looks like rundown shit. It looks like dog.
Oh yeah,
fucking balls.
Well, you didn't even go through like Virginia or West Virginia at all, which like I really appreciate, because they're and I'm sure you would as well. I love how mountainous they are, and just like some of the views that you'll get at the most fuck shit garbage gas stations filled with like just methed out toothless weirdos are the views you'll get stepping out the front door after stepping through piss in the bathroom are unbelievable. It's like how is there not a subsection of wealthy people who just live in West Virginia and Virginia because they're so gorgeous, and like you probably don't even have to be that wealthy to live like a king in West Virginia, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of driving that far was so hard to find places to pee, because we have I-95 here, which has, I think, a lot of just rest stops along it. So I thought that was kind of a norm for large interstate highways, because it's like a place where there's gas and food and pee buckets for you to pee into. And I guess in other states, they just don't really have many of those. And obviously, like, businesses don't just advertise whether or not they have a toilet. So you stop at a gas station, you're like, is this going to be the tiny little shack gas station, or is this going to be the kind that's big enough to have a shitter, or is it just going to be closed down and abandoned because of COVID or whatever else? It's kind of
economic woes.
Yeah, it's a big old crapshoot. Is this going to have its windows fucking shattered, like blown out?
Yeah, Did this go under in 2008 or 2020? You know, it's
Is this a COVID abandoned building, or
is this a housing collapse?
Yeah. Or
I don't have the issues that you've experienced, where like I must just have a sixth sense for. I have spent an inordinate amount of time on the road. Like I've done.
Well, you pee so much that you're probably just good at finding places to pee. Whereas
I'm a master.
Almost never peed anywhere besides where I live at the time. You know, you must have to sniff them out because you pee every half hour.
When I'm on the road, it'll be like, if it's a 6-hour drive, I'll pee once, about 3 hours in. But I've just gotten so good at it, because I've driven through like pretty much, the entire east half of the United States at this point, at some point in my life, And the secret is like when you can find like a rest stop, like Texas has them all over, Arkansas has got them. Tennessee's got them. Like if you could find like a rest stop that even if it's just disgusting, it's still going to have urinals, you know?
Yeah.
And I can read the signs. I know the way of the road, my guy. It's one of my skills.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason on the drive back, which usually is the drive back from a trip was way worse. But I don't know. Somehow I was in the zone. I switched to modafinil instead of modafinil.
Ooh,
maybe that's why.
Longer half-life.
Yeah, well, it lasts longer. I don't know if it's a different. I don't know. I was more in the zone. I was listening to like pop punk. I was listening to sad white boy music, and lightning bolts. It's a little too intense it's a little too loud for the car. I would highly recommend the Menzingers for road trips. That gets a gold star from me. Mark
is a big Menzingers fan. He's a huge Menzingers fan. Yeah. I've heard a lot in his car.
Okay. I've only listened to one album, but I've already listened to it like 3 times because it's so fucking. It pops, boy.
Which album is it?
On the Impossible Past.
On the Impossible Past.
That shit's so good.
Damn.
And other notes. Dallas is too big.
Yep.
It's people joke about, Dallas is big, haha. Texas, everything's bigger, and look at my big boots. Fucking Dallas, like you're coming up on because this happens multiple times when you're on a road trip that long. You start to come up on a city, and you're like, okay, it's city time because there's more concrete, and then that happens for like 20 miles. Or more than that. It's so
Dallas
long
is dystopian.
where you're like, okay, there's gonna be a city any second now, and it just keeps going, and you feel like you're in that Invader Zim episode where they're stuck on the bus forever, and it just keeps going and going, and then you finally fucking go through this nightmare of a city where there's traffic at any time of the day, and there's crazy people flying by you at 130, which happens in every city, but I felt like it happened a few more times in Dallas.
Yeah, that's as close as I've ever come to dying is in Dallas. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like, if someone decides to merge quickly, I'm about to see like a high speed impact. I'm about to see this fucking shitty, whatever Mercedes, like just get obliterated.
Yeah. I told you this anecdote on the aborted episode, but the time that I did a straight drive from Wisconsin to Austin without stopping,
like that I realize now how crazy that is, because like the idea of driving through the entire Midwest, like just straight through Tornado Alley, sounds like a bad idea. That sounds
coming through
crazy.
Oklahoma. And seeing in the morning and seeing a green horizon and being like, which is surreal in its own right, but recognizing the green horizon means high potential for tornadoes is like, because that's one of the signs of seeing a tornado is like okay, there's some greenage happening from Twister, of course, some greenage in the sky, and that was fucking. It was like being in a zombie film.
At least that would be exciting. I would be just more concerned about 16 hours of pure flat.
The craziest thing,
like just Ohio is bad enough.
I drove through Dallas after not having slept. I slept 1 hour. I pulled over at a trucker's truck stop. One of the ones where they just have a bunch of trucks idling there.
Oh yeah.
And I slept in my car.
You must have looked like you were cruising for dick. You're just like a little college boy in like a Subaru, and just sitting in the trucker stop.
Whoa, you're sure?
Just a bunch of guys knocking on your window.
Hey,
like
you in the right place, little guy?
It's cold out here.
So and it was like really clammy in the car because it was very very I slept laying down in the back seat, which had been folded down to get David's stuff into it, and then it was really humid. So it was very humid in my car, and I had the windows rolled down a little bit. Slept for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then rolled through Dallas. And that was like the site of a near horrible accident where I had to do the most intense defensive driving of my entire life. Like avoiding two people who blew through an intersection at the wrong time while I was in the intersection on having driven 22 hours at that point or something like that. So yes, Dallas sucks. It's a dystopian nightmare. I hate that place. I have kind of come around on Houston, but I will never come around on Dallas. I hate that place. It's just like a Los Angeles in Texas.
Yeah. The worst part of driving down is like you have to drive through all of Dallas, and then you hit Waco, which you said always has horrible traffic.
Yep.
It had horrible traffic on my way down, so it's like you hit like this you hit like, because you can't. I knew how much time I had left, obviously, but in your mind still, I think it's like you've passed the last city, so you're in like the last stretch in your mind. And then I was in a ton of traffic, and then there's like 3 more hours. So that last 3 hours was like the worst. Somehow on the way back, I didn't have that. But I would try and zone out, and I would be like, it's probably been like 20 minutes, and look down, and it had been like 4.
God, yeah. When you hit those like those valleys, because sometimes you'll have like, wow, that hour just flew by. But you'll hit that period where it's like, I cannot believe how time can possibly move this slow.
And you can't get yourself back. It's very hard to get back into the zone once you're out of the zone. You can't
Go ahead.
Like you can't listen to podcasts anymore because you just can't
No.
pay attention to people talk, because it's just you're just infinitely bored by anything, and you can't do anything anymore.
I think the biggest thing that I realized is that there's no amount of caffeine that can get you through it at a certain point.
No, that's why you need the harder stuff. You need the
modafinil's good.
You need the fighter pilot stimulants.
Yeah. I need the shit that the Nazis were giving their guys during World War II.
I guess that would work too. Sure, yeah.
Were they just on amphetamines? They're just.
Yeah, I mean, just like I forget if they had just straight up meth or not, but they definitely had some kind of amphetamine. Yeah.
This is bullshit. Normalize and legalize stimulant use for long haul driving. Like why? How is this fair?
Like how could it be? Like, you really think a nation of speedheads is going to be worse than fentanyl? Just like crack down real hard on fentanyl. Just give everyone fucking tons of what's Concerta? Fucking Concerta. The Vyvanse. Give everybody Vyvanse.
But what do we have to lose? Nobody's productive anymore. So maybe we should just try to bolster that in some way.
Yeah, I was looking into start reading Wikipedia and shit.
Yes.
I'll start cleaning
fucking
things. Cleaning.
Christ alive.
Cleaning their apartments.
Like you want people to not be animated and like enthusiastic about things, but
why can't the Sacklers invent this is a totally safe, non-abusable meth, and just like do the same thing they did with which one was it, Oxycontin, and just be like, yeah, this is fine. You can't dissolve the filler in this or anything, and just let people have meth.
Just give it fucking 5 years. Let's just see what happens.
We gotta try things out.
Because we tried a period where I was looking into prohibition recently. I can't believe how long that shit lasted. By the way, 10 years? It was
it lasted so long because no one cared. It didn't.
Right. But to be fair, I get. If I was getting my ass fucking absolutely whipped by my Irish husband who was coming home fucking shit-faced fucked every single night, I would probably want to make alcohol illegal too. But at the same time, It's like we tried not doing alcohol, didn't work. Let's try letting everybody abuse stimulants for a bit. I'm just saying. I'm not even somebody who uses them terribly often anymore. It's like I think I've seen it all. I've looked at all of the options. I think we should go ahead. Because again, like people are just going to kill themselves in other ways, so they might as well kill themselves working way too hard.
We already you can't make heart disease any worse. Really, that's really the only risk. You make people's hearts worse. Like, come on.
Yeah, well, they won't be fat anymore. It's like
I mean, you can have a bad heart and still be not a fat guy. But get rid of vegetable oil and just legalize speed. And
push it to the limit,
cancel
baby.
Each other out. Yeah, let's push it to the fucking limit.
Just push it to the limit.
That's my campaign slogan. Is push it to the limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm a one issue candidate, and that issue is legalizing Vyvanse for recreational use.
Yeah. It's Declan and Ethan.
The one thing no
push
one
it to the
cares
limit.
About, just spending $1 billion like fucking the New York Giuliani, or wait, no, who ran? Who's the really rich guy?
Fucking Bloomberg, Mayor Bloomberg.
Yeah, spending $1 billion on a campaign for one issue that no one cares about.
Yeah, it's like,
billboards everywhere.
How will this solve the startling abuses that the black and brown communities experience at the hands of police officers? Like, I don't know about any of that shit.
It might do something. Sometimes it's like electroshock therapy. Sometimes you just gotta shock. Sometimes you just gotta hit stuff. Sometimes you got to provide some concussive force. You got to shake things up. Sometimes literally. Why isn't Notch doing this? Where the fuck is he? Why isn't who else made a lot of money? Where's Satoshi Nakamoto? Why isn't he funding this?
Can you believe that? Like, can you imagine how good Taco Bell would be? Just like how good those employees would be if they were all amped up on stimulants. It's like, holy shit! I actually got the proper amount of beef in my crunch wrap. This is incredible. I did not receive somebody else's entire order in my bag on top of my own food. I only got my own.
They'd be so psyched about that. That is one thing I spent a lot of time on my drive thinking about the service industry in general and fast food and how to fix it. Like, because like I was I was trying to eat, which I tried to avoid as much as possible by bringing lots and lots of snacks. But I did have to stop to eat a couple times on the drive, and I couldn't stop brainstorming about how to make it a less dehumanizing experience for both parties. I actually did I only stop once?
What'd you get on the way back?
Oh yeah, I only stopped once at a Wendy's on the way back. Yeah.
Oh right, you Wendy's. You didn't go for Chick-fil-A. Do you want to fix fast food? You want to see? We would have it if they legalized stimulants. We would have that tomorrow. Somebody would crack that shit.
I think. Yeah.
There is somebody on the line right now at a Wendy's who is high out of their fucking minds. They're all stoned. So. That person just needs a few stimulants to be the change that we need to see in the fast food industry. That motherfucker who's currently turning patties has the secret inside of them, but we have to unlock it by pushing it to the limit. That's what I'm proposing.
Yeah, it's like because I was also thinking about it was like. It was like around like Thanksgiving 2020 because I don't get fast food that often, but I remember it was the day that my ceiling leaked, and so I wasn't able to like make dinner, and I was going to hang out with Steven and Connor, and so I stopped, got some McD's, and it was like the staff were so absurdly friendly, and the experience was so perfect that it was freakish and weird. It was it was like a textbook perfect fast food experience. It was like
Oh yeah.
I got my food instantly. It was perfect and hot and like and neat and not smushed, and every like all this like the staff were like friendly and cheerful and like not gross looking
Or grumpy or tired.
They weren't grumpy, and I'm not like, and it's like, you know, you have a right to be grumpy and not, and you know, and everything if you work at McDonald's, but it's like, yeah, I'm not like, you know, I'm not saying
that's not anybody's fault. It's a reality of the job.
I'm thinking about ways like to make to like to have them like to cause that as an effect, you know, as a byproduct of. But anyways, you have a good fast food experience. I'm still thinking about it like a year and a half later.
I can tell you, I off the top of my head right now, 2 immediately. One was in way East Texas, just outside of Louisiana, Whataburger. Had myself a Whataburger. The entire wait staff was so wait staff, mind you, not just people working the counter. The people working the counter had great attitudes. They were all chipper. And then the people who brought me my food were all fucking grinning from ear to ear. The manager came over to ask me how everything was at one point. And it was crazy. It was like, this is like, it's literally a superior experience than eating in like an Applebee's or something. And then like it's a burger, and the food was fucking it was perfect. It was on point. They checked on me again to make sure I didn't need a refill. They went and got a refill for me at a fast food restaurant. Crazy. And then the other one I could think of was this Wendy's in this was a Wendy no. It was a Burger King in Ohio. And I was on my way to my friend's wedding and I needed to stop and get something real quick because I had just gotten off of a plane. And I ordered my food, and the food was ready in literally less than 1 minute. It was less than I sat down and like, your food's up, sir. And everybody there had the same sort. It was all like 18-year-old, probably not even. They're probably all high school girls. The entire crew, everybody working the counter, everybody working the fryers, every single person in the establishment was a 17-year-old girl with a really good attitude. And they got me my food so fast. That's what it would be if we were just allowed to pump stimulants into our blood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it can't be this can't be a very difficult problem to make like fast food places like better places to work, so that people are like, it would be a combination of probably just like making the more pleasant places to work without doing like gay corporate culture, like let's all stand in a circle and do a chant or, you know, some bullshit.
Yeah, something that nobody who's ever been a human before would ever come up with.
Yeah, not trying to make a fake community, but just being like you know, like just you know, just like just making it more decent all around. And then but then there would also probably just be like just some like, just you have to hire just like pretty girls and just like people who are just like kind of just airheads who are just naturally cheerful. You can't just be like, you will hire anyone. You have to step it up probably, because fast food is, and also you need to give the fucking food, you have to give the menu items regular names with dignity, for God's sake. Like, I wanted to go to a fucking Dairy Queen because you said it was good. I wanted to stop at places that I don't have around here because I have the opportunity because I'm driving around the country. There's Dairy Queens everywhere. I look at the menu and everything. They got like, you got to order the Belt Buster. I gotta look a fucking a sad obese black woman covered in like zits in the eyes, and I like got a car full of fucking shit. There's like just.
You got guns in the back seat.
I have got guns in the back seat. I have like my passenger seat has like a Tupperware like trail mix. I got like I got pills. I got pills in the console.
Face is peeling.
I got wires. There's my phone's in the center and it's upside down because the charger doesn't work, so I have to plug it in a certain way. And I got to look at her in the eyes and be like, "Yes, I'd like a Belt Buster, please.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do that. I decided to just not. I just didn't go. Like, we just have to because this has been made. It's been this way. People have been noticing this since. Think about like it's been like since at least like you remember Falling Down. Like
sure.
You know, that was what 94. It's been
95,
almost
yeah.
So we're easily 30 years of people noticing that like these are like weird, you know. It just feels like that every time I go into a fast food place where it's like everyone's miserable and you got to order the fucking the wacky zippy McCheese.
The cheese whiz dumpster fuck, and it's got it's 5 patties and it's 1,500 calories. Yeah, I don't know. I think the solution is that you just we got to stop hiring people over 25 for these jobs, or probably even younger than that. You know what? Make kids work again. How about that? That's a fucking
absolutely,
idea.
yeah. But,
what the fuck? Like, why? Like, I worked
because it's not as cruel to fire teenagers for just having for not having good enough attitude, like a customer service.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you have like
and they're malleable. They're malleable as well. They haven't been burdened with years and years and years of hard living. You know, it's all like and that means obviously those other people need jobs too. But that's a different solution. That's a different problem. I'm trying to fix this one thing. Why are you coming? We're trying to push to the limit. People are coming at me with like, what are those other people supposed to do for work? I'm not at the limit yet. We're pushing to it.
That is true. Yes.
It's like, So, just stop hiring people over 20. And yes, it's less cruel to fire them because it's not like they have 3 kids. They don't have 3 kids and also a grandchild that they're taking care of.
Yeah, they're not just waiting. Yeah, to get to for their shift to end so they can go, pick up their kids for their Wednesday, custody. Visit.
Right. Yeah, they're not about to go like
meet their parole officer.
Visit their son who's behind bars. You know, it's instead they're getting money to buy weed and video games. So like that's when that's what you're working towards instead of basic necessities. It's probably a lot easier. I worked a crap service job. And I had the best time ever every single day because it was like.
Well, you also got fired for just. Or wait, did you guys get fired?
David got me fired, but we also got unfired literally the next day because they didn't have enough people on staff.
Oh, okay.
So they were like
they didn't have enough people on staff for that place. That place had no business. I have no idea how it was open. Exactly.
Well, like first of all, I don't even know how many kids were working. Yeah. You know, it's like how many kids in our school had jobs that they went to every day after school. You know, probably not that high of a percentage. But anyway, so yeah, David got me fired, and then the next day I got rehired because they're like, well, what's going to happen is you and David aren't going to work the same shifts anymore because you guys are trouble when you're together over something David did. But and like, okay, that's fine.
Was he doing it to make you laugh though?
Of course, yeah. All we ever did was just fuck with each other.
So and like, I mean, that's kind of what they meant.
We would do. I think I've told this story a million times, but I would just there would be cabinets underneath the front counter where orders would be taken and stuff. It would clear out the cabinets and one of us would sit under there while somebody else was taking orders.
Yeah.
So oh shit, someone's coming and you close the door on them and it's like, I think the customer's about to leave. You can come out now. But god damn. But so they said that they weren't able to work together again. And then like a couple days later, they're like, yeah, somebody just called off. Were you able to pick up a shift with David later this week? So we ended up getting more hours and working together still. And it was perfect. But yeah, no, when you're not doing a job like that to make ends meet and pay for necessities, it's a lot better.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah. Other things, I don't know. Should we briefly touch on, because just for posterity, I think really the one major bit we had during my visit there was easily influenced Steve Jobs.
Yes.
which was our idea, which is that if Steve Jobs was still alive, it was him doing press conferences, but just coming up with ideas that are just kind of whatever's most just based on things that are popular at the time. So it was like Steve Jobs introduces like an apple spicy chicken sandwich. Steve Jobs transitions into a
Stephanie
woman.
Jobina.
Well, yeah, and he thinks you also have to change your last name to be feminine, so he calls himself Stephanie Jobina.
Yeah. It was like every trend hopping thing that you could possibly do. He's planking, he's like, he's doing.
Yeah, it's like bad trends from too long ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the best one was that he starts his own anime reaction channel, and he doesn't get permission from the distributor, so he can't even play footage of the anime, but it's him like reacting to shonen battle, like shonen fights,
like My Hero Academia and shit like that.
My Hero Academia fights, and it's just him looking at his screen and occasionally like every 5 minutes saying something because he's like imitating like a zoomer, so he has like the zoomer fro. And every like 5 minutes, he just says something like, "Oh, he mad now."
Damn.
Or damn. Yeah. And just like using like the wrong term, like just being like, "Oh, he charging up." Just in a show that doesn't have power level.
We're not doing it right now. We were doing a very, very lame,
just a weird voice,
Steve Jobs impression.
Just like sounded like this or something. I don't remember.
He's mad. He mad.
He mad now.
Yeah. So anyway, that was funny. That was a good bit.
That was a good bit that we had.
We watched Venom 2, which is crazy.
That was part of the reason I came down there. Because back when it came out, we were like, we should watch Venom 2. But it wasn't out on streaming yet. Yeah, you hadn't seen it. The first Venom, kind of fun, pretty bad, but pretty fun. And then I came down there, we were like, let's finally do it. Let's watch this Venom 2. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And we started watching it, and about instantly, we both were like, we weren't just like, it wasn't just like, this is poorly executed. It was like, something is wrong.
Yeah, this is not a movie.
Overwhelming feeling. It was like, this is very wrong. It was like we were watching an uncompleted cut or like a TV show version. It's so by the numbers and it's editing to where nothing's punctuated. Well, it's nothing. It's like very weird. It's like by the numbers, but at the same time, it feels so alien and not in a creative way, in like a completely incompetent way.
Like they don't understand humor, like they don't get like how jokes are supposed to work. They don't understand like timing of comedy and things like that. It's just a series of lines being said.
It's so hard to even articulate because it's like when you watch a regular movie, even if it's like totally mediocre, you don't realize how much value there is in just there being like a natural rhythm to the way lines are delivered and the spacing between them and how much time they're given and that fucking Venom 2 is like, it's just one line and it's just line after line and there's no rhythm to it. They don't fit together. There's no like pace. It doesn't feel right.
There's no not even chemistry either.
Not that the characters have no chemistry with regard to how they are or what they're saying. And it's like I forget what I was talking about.
It's all so wrong. It's done by Andy Serkis, who is an actor. And they got him because they're like he knows how to do all of the CGI acting. We should get him. Mm-hmm. And then it's written by the lady who wrote 50 Shades of Grey,
the movies.
Yes.
So and adapted, then I guess.
And it's shot by Robert Richardson, he did like the Kill Bill films, JFK, The Doors. Like he's worked a lot with Tarantino and
yeah,
Oliver Stone and shit like that. So like real filmmakers. And the movie is lit like a commercial.
Well, Sony.
And
that's a very Sony thing. That I was kind of expecting, at least. I was expecting it to look very too shiny and not very stylish because it's Sony. But yeah,
it felt like a COVID movie. It felt like a movie that was shot during COVID, but it wasn't.
That was the other thing that was crazy to us. We were like, okay, this is particularly weird and bad, but it was obviously shot during COVID. Then we find out it was shot in late 2019, mostly, in January 2020. So not a COVID movie. Yeah, absolutely baffling and embarrassing. Just very, very strange. The ending. You gave a look that I don't think I've ever seen you give, of pure like just confusion and shock, where your jaw literally dropped and you were looking at me like for help. The ending was so like
make it make sense.
It's a movie about carnage and it's PG-13.
Carnage is not a character in the movie, which is so weird. Like,
yeah, they don't give Carnage
does not have anything.
The movie itself is an hour 23. Or wait, was it? Yeah, it was 23.
It's credits. Title card to credits is an hour and 23 of content.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the last shot goes for 30 seconds, and it's them on a beach and circles around them in dramatic fashion. It is.
I like the idea of that, but it's like, again, it's very weirdly. The music's fucking weird, crazy. Like the CG beach is bad.
It's like you know when you watch Fan Four Stick, you can like laugh and revel in the incompetence of it.
Yeah,
this is one of those movies where it makes you question your own sanity.
Yeah,
because you're like, this can't be. You know,
yeah, but like Fan Four Stick, it's obvious. It's very easy to tell that it was totally butchered and like reshot and everything, and that's why it feels like a Frankenstein mess. This is like if this is like a movie comprised entirely of the reshots from Fan Four Stick. This is like, what the fuck is this? Oh man,
there's no edge. There's no edge to the movie. In a movie that has like the main villain is a serial killer, and like you know what's weird? This is another weird thing is that they don't fight until the very end of the movie. There's no superpowered fight between Venom and Carnage until the very end, the last scene, which is like the final confrontation. There's also some weird stuff like the final fight takes place in a church, and a la Spider-Man 3, the church bell is fucking.
Oh yeah,
Venom
they just took a lot of stuff from Spider-Man 3.
It's
even the same. It has the exact same effect, which like I don't think you can argue that they got it from the comics or something, because comics are static images. Like the specific like vibration that the symbiotes do when they're in distress from loud noises is the exact same effect that they have in Spider-Man 3, which is a 15-year-old movie, and they just took it. They took it from Sam Raimi. And they were like, yeah, this is canon, I guess. We're just gonna do this.
There's no. None of it made any fucking sense at all. How it could be so bad, and like the God, there was something else that was sticking out to me as well. Oh, the sequence where Venom splits off and goes on his own to go find himself or whatever, and he goes to a rave, and it's all so. It's supposed to be this crazy, quirky sequence.
Yeah,
no,
it's not very funny. It's the point is totally lost, and I think like the whole movie sort of hinges on this sort of joke, like that, like Eddie and Venom are like kind of gay, which is like I get it, but they don't even. There's because a lot of the jokes are just them acting like a married couple, but like, there's nothing even.
There's no weight, and the humor isn't there.
No, so like whoever's, I think it is Tom Hardy doing Venom, his voice also, and it's like the way he delivers all like every one of his lines is like a quip. It's like a very fast, loud joke that he says because he's supposed to be like the id, I guess, and he's like id, but it's like he doesn't do it with any kind of comedic timing. He just shouts things annoyingly, and Venom is supposed to be annoying, but he's too annoying. It just doesn't work.
Well, the thing is that they should have learned lessons from Deadpool 2. The screenwriters for Deadpool 2 would have killed this, because Deadpool 2 is a genuinely excellent movie. I mean, I say it's like it's terrific. It's funny, genuinely heartfelt, hits all of the right notes. You know, it's everything that this movie should at its core be trying to steal from, and they learned nothing. They learned absolutely, like, you literally just have to go copy that. You know, it's like it's other Marvel characters. It's another anti-hero. It's another. He's got kind of a quirky personality thing. Ryan Reynolds acts almost all of that entire movie with a mask on. You know, and it's like, how the fuck did you not just steal that? Why didn't you hire them?
I know, yeah. The only thing I will absolutely praise about both Venoms is Tom Hardy, because he's having so much fun being the weirdest rendition of Eddie Brock. Anyone, like, clearly, I think it had to have just been him who just made the decision that he was just going to be this like weird fucking like mumbling half retarded Boston weirdo, or I guess he's supposed to be from Detroit, but he seems like a Boston guy to me, and he has this bizarre accent, and like he's just his performance is so weird. I love it. I think he's having a fun time with that, and I continue to enjoy that in Venom 2, because he's so out of place with like all these characters that are so they're so stock characters. You have like Cop, and he's also like supposed to be, he's like a New York. The movie's in San Francisco. He's like, he has this New York cop, and he's like, God damn it, Eddie, tell me what the fuck is going on here. He doesn't say fuck, it's PG-13, but like, and then Tom Hardy's just like, come on, give me a fucking break. I fucking, you're ruining my life over here.
He is acting his ass off.
He's like a big weird mouse boy.
where he's acting his ass off in a movie where none of it works. He's like,
there's all this horribly executed like inhuman CG bullshit happening around him, and he's giving this weird character performance where he's just like, and he's he's supposed to be a journalist. He's the least journalist guy ever.
No,
it doesn't work at all. Like,
nobody's going to trust this guy. Nobody's going to want to like.
He's not an unassuming like little like Jewish twink boy. Like 99% of like interviewing in-person journalists. Like,
nobody's going to innately trust this person. They're to think he's a fucking whacked out junkie or something.
No, yeah, he looks like a hitman. Yeah, he looks.
Yeah.
He looks like a goon.
He's doing the best performance in a completely different movie.
He's a Batman villain's like I mean, he was a Batman villain, but he's a Batman villain goon. He's like, hey, there's the bat over there. He's like being that guy. He's going for
the awards. For like the sort of quirky offbeat character who does good in a journalism film, but instead he's playing fucking Venom. It's such a mismatch.
It's like if the movie Nightcrawler had Venom.
Yes, 100%.
Not as scary of a guy, but at that level of weirdness.
A transformative performance as oh my god.
So that was funny. Only other thing that's been going on with me is I played some of that Elden Ring.
You were saying that.
Oh, Elden Ring. Yeah, I was playing it, and I was like, I had the thing that happens every time I play another Souls game. I was like, oh, it's more Dark Souls. And then I got to like the main world, and like the environments are like really, really big to like walk around in, and then they give you a horse, and I was like, wait a second, is this Breath of the Wild? Do you sell me fucking Breath of the Wild? You give me, I pay $50 for another Breath of the Wild. I think they did Breath of the Wild again. It's okay so far though. The music is not good. Not happy with the music. I hope there's a mod to replace the music with good music.
What's wrong with the music?
They didn't get the main composer for the Souls games, I don't think. And the music doesn't sound like weird and depressing enough. It sounds too epic and high budget. And specifically the open world walking around music sounds so goddamn much like the Skyrim open world walking around music. It is not only like a blatant like some kind of copyright violation, but it just reminds me of Skyrim, which I really don't want to be like. I don't want that music as I walk around. I want to be walking around. I want to be stumbling over skeletons and have weird either no music or just I don't even know what the ambient music normally sounds like in Souls games. Maybe I just don't notice it usually. But it's just the Skyrim music.
Is this the biggest game of the year?
I mean, it's February. What else is coming out this year? I mean, we really skipped over Dying Light 2. It seems like no one really cared about that. What else is even coming out this year? I don't fucking pay attention to video games this year, anymore. I mean,
yeah, I don't. I'm literally just playing Halo Reach now. Is there a Naughty Dog
game coming up? 2022. I mean, all this stuff is going to get fucking delayed.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't even follow things. I don't play new games anymore. Man.
See, Cyberpunk 2077 did not come out in 2022. This is like you can't even look up what video games are coming out anymore because every video game ever released is constantly getting re-released. So you have no idea what games are new. Horizon Forbidden West. Nobody knows what that game is because they just see screenshots of it. There are titties in that game though. We have another Beyond Two Souls situation where they just modeled the titties, hoping and just didn't expect people to find them. But then if you get the camera just right on the main character, you can clip through the outfit and you can see her fucking nips.
How do they look?
They're really good. They're really good.
She's a redhead.
They're shockingly good boobs, and she has like blue. They're like blue boobs. She has like blue on her. It's good shit.
Those environments look really nice.
Well, yeah, it's like a technical marvel, but it's like because I kind of copied like I saw a tweet like yesterday, like there was a tweet like look at these teeth and it shows like the detail in the teeth and someone's just like I've never seen gameplay from this game, and it's true. Like no one knows what it's already out. It's been out. No one knows what's in that game because it's just.
They put the Uncharted games on the PC. Can I play Uncharted?
No.
I'm seeing Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. Microsoft Windows.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. I was incorrect.
I want all of them. I don't want. I guess Uncharted 4 is coming, and I haven't played Uncharted 4. I'll settle for just playing Uncharted 4 but I want them all, and I want to pay $40.
Ghostwire Tokyo is coming out this year. That's the game directed by that cute Japanese lady who was on the stage that one time. But yeah. Oh, Crusader Kings 3. Yeah, that's gonna be that's kind of a people like those, but that's not a big game. The biggest game this year is probably gonna be Elden Ring. Maybe I should skip to fall.
God. Yeah,
Starfield. That's not coming out this year. What the fuck? There's no way. Starfield is supposedly coming out November 11th. Yeah, no fucking way, dude. That got announced like, no, absolutely not. Oh, I guess it was announced 2018. It's gonna get delayed.
Halo 3
ODS. That's 2023. Stalker 2 is supposed to be coming out this year.
That might be that might be pushed a little bit. That might be.
Well, they're on they're like an island in the Mediterranean, aren't they?
I thought they were based in Kiev. Kiev, Ukraine is the headquarters of GSC Game World.
Well, they're probably in a safe, low spot in
The game has been put on indefinite hold due to the ongoing conflict, according to the...
It's not like it wasn't on an indefinite hold before. So, it's probably
when did Stalker come out? I feel like that came out fucking 10 years ago.
The first Stalker?
But like the one that people are playing. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl is 2007. So, yeah, wow. People who are into Stalker are crazy about Stalker, right? Like, that's like a...
Oh, yeah. But like a new full-scale Stalker game at this point, because it's gotten like, it's had a cult following for so long that like, a new Stalker would be like kind of a Skyrim moment where it would just like sell in a crazy number of, because it has such a, that name has a huge pedigree. So yeah, if Stalker comes out, if Stalker or Starfield come out, which they won't, those would be the biggest games. But yeah, for now it's gonna be Elden Ring.
Uncharted PC. Where can I buy this? It's on Steam?
Damn.
Oh yeah, it's just out. Oh wow.
What the fuck?
Coming soon. Okay. No.
Legacy of Thieves. Yeah. Wow.
So it has Uncharted 4 and then a standalone thing called Legacy of Thieves built in the 4 engine, it looks like. I definitely need to play Uncharted.
What is that?
4
What is that? The first 3 games in the 4 engine, or what is it?
Legacy of. Hold on.
Yeah,
the Lost Legacy. It's a story that involves the lady, the dark-haired lady from Uncharted 2.
Oh, so it's like a new thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Uncharted 4 is in there too. So.
Okay, maybe I guess 4 was for the PS4. Right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So that was probably easier to port to PC because the PS4's got those consoles have those x86 processors, I think, right? That's probably why they didn't want to. That's probably why they could do 4 and not the other 3.
But they've remastered. They've released the 1 through 3 on the PS4 and I think the PS5.
Oh.
So you would think it, but whatever. Who cares? I still have my physical copies of fucking the 3 Uncharted games, but really, 4 is something I really missed. I have wanted to borrow somebody's PS4 to play it for a while, and I'll just play it on PC now. That sounds like a fucking great way to spend some time.
What the fuck is the? Is there no? There's still no Call of Duty game announced for this year? Guess not. There's a game called Kingdoms of the Dump. Oh,
okay.
It's like little trash characters.
Speaking of Kingdoms of the Dump, I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, that doesn't have anything to do with.
We gotta talk about Go Kaiser when I come back.
Oh, okay. He still says it like Go. He still says Go Kaiser. The new Vampire the Masquerade is supposed to be coming out in May. Doubt it. Is that the sequel to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? Or is this a spin-off? What the hell is this? No, it's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 does not have a release date. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough one. That's gonna be. My guess is that's gonna be or not even a disappointment. People are expecting that to be pretty bad. Everyone keeps talking about the Tree Sentinel in Elden Ring as the first boss. Somehow I missed that one. I might have taken a weird route. I don't know what the fuck I did. I missed the first boss. I found the horse guy. I fought the big guy. That's not a boss. I'm currently fighting a guy. I don't remember what his name is, but he's not the Tree Sentinel. I don't know what I did. I might have taken a wrong turn. Might have to turn around. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. That's a weird name. Evil Dead the game. Star Wars The Force Awakens for the Switch. Okay. In addition to, are you back?
I'm here.
In addition to Venom 2, we really only, I guess the only other movie we watched is Bad Lieutenant, which I had seen before, but that's very good.
And Species.
Oh yeah, we watched Species. Yeah, Species is it's very silly. It has some good parts.
I got a kick out of it after watching Venom 2. It was very different.
Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air. But yeah, we were like, well, we're down here. We should watch. Or while I'm down here, we should watch anime, and then do a podcast on it. We were like, we should watch a '90s OVA, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, I got 2 '90s OVAs. One of them is by people who I find trustworthy, referred to as a massively underrated classic, a diamond in the rough, absolute lightning in the bottle. And then the other one is Voltage Fighter Gao Kaiser. And we were like, this Gao Kaisers, I've been driving for 12 and a half hours at this point. I basically have PTSD. My head is swimming. I'm like, let's do Gao Kaiser, because we were like, it's got boobs. It looks
the art
silly.
Looks terrible.
The art looks very bad. This will be funny. This will be so funny. It'll be cool.
We're good.
We're so good at riffing, dude. We'll be able to fucking take the piss out of this thing if it's not good.
We'll make our own fun.
Boy, did we get our asses kicked by this one. We tried to talk about it. We were, yes. I am blessed. I'm humbled. I took notes on this. It's on my laptop. I don't even know where it's across the room. It doesn't even matter. I'll just look up the stats here. Oh, where's the Wikipedia? Give it to me. Yeah. So it's Voltage Fighter Gao Kaiser is a 1995 superhero-themed head-to-head fighting game. We were making fun of the phrase head-to-head fighting game as opposed to like a, I don't know, some kind of fighting game where you team up or something.
Yeah.
It's a fighting game for the Neo Geo, developed by Technos Japan Corp, who did like the River City Ransom games, something called Renegade Super Dodgeball Karate Champ.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's get an anime OVA to go along with this. And you'd think an anime studio would be like, hey, because you'd think like it wouldn't really matter as long as you have like, you're just basically trying to advertise a fighting game. You can have any story you want. You can do anything you want artistically. So you would think that would be a great opportunity for some anime director to be like, finally, I could put some ideas I've been wanting to.
I can just waste my budget.
Put on, as long as there are characters fighting, we kind of have free reign here.
This is the 90s. It should be like a fly-by-night studio operation where it's like some fucking 23-year-old who just got out of Tokyo University is like, we just tricked these fucking idiots into giving us budget to make an anime. I'm going to make the most experimental style of animation I possibly can.
Or
We're
you
all
just
a bunch of hyper-motivated people.
Like, yeah, because they don't like, because no one cares, because it's like it's got the name, it's got the characters. So yeah, some guy who's had ideas building up during his time, like being like a storyboard writer and in between animator for like 300 episodes of fucking something no one even remembers anymore during the entire first half of the 90s, suddenly gets to, you'd think it would be like that. That would be fun. Either that, or we were expecting like Hiroyuki Imaishi to be in here somewhere. I think we did find out that Yo-Yo Shinari was somewhere in the first episode. I don't know. I don't have my notes with me. Because there are some cuts where it's like, this looks like Fooly Cooly, because it's the mid-90s. There's gonna be some of those guys in there. There was one shot that looked very Fooly Cooly. That could have been him. Who knows? But the character design is what I would call weird. I don't know why it had to be like this. There's like a famous image that like compares different anime styles through the years, and there's like a 70s girl, there's like an 80s girl. You know, the 2010s girl looks kind of like Kayani, and then there's like the 90s girl, and you're like, what shows look like this? Because I'm used to 90s shows. You got like Sailor Moon, you got like Cardcaptor Sakura, Cowboy Bebop. What is this supposed to look like? This is hideous. It turns out it's this, and there's probably other shows like it, but this is really, this is I guess this was a style at the time, and it's not good.
Being hyperbolic when I say that this is far and away one of the bottom. It's probably a bottom 5 thing we've watched for the show, which makes it about a bottom 5 thing I've ever watched in anime. Period.
This is next to Super Kid.
Yeah.
And you were insistent that we watch the dub.
Yes.
Which is just like, this would have been so bad even with competent voice acting. This is crazy. Watching it with the dub was like, I mean, this was like just an endurance. I'd just driven across the new world, and now you're asking me to endure this. Look at the screenshot I have up now. Look at the sag on that tit. It's connected by it's a giant skin tag. Nobody wants this. I mean, like, this is how bad this show is that getting these boobs was a reprieve. These horrible, these monstrous, unappealing,
these grotesque
boobies where we saw these and we were like, oh yes, wash over me please, horrific monster boobs, please.
This is the kind of thing I turn my nose up at in any other situation where I'm like, it looks like shit. I'm not into those big fucking ridiculous over the top duties. And here it was the only thing we had to look forward to.
Oh
the fights weren't going to be cool.
When dudes stopped talking and guys stopped giving their weird, philosophically laden, evil plans, and we just saw tits and horrible voice acting, we were like, yes. Oh, God, I can relax for a second. Thank Christ. Because
God, can you imagine how fucking much of a bummer it would be where you're like, hey, man, this is 1997, and you're having a... I'm saying this is the time that this person is living in. This person I'm about to put out for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's 1997. You just went to the the gaming store that also sells anime VHS tapes, and you're hanging out with some buddies later that night, and your buddy just brought Generator Gall or someone brought Bubblegum Crisis the other time you guys hung out, and it's like my time to shine. Someone
definitely like just like spun the fucking wheel and was like just like hovered their hand over what is it, Mad City or what the fuck's it called?
Cyber City Oedo.
And the other
I City.
Three crazy like awesome Madhouse OVAs and Generator Gall and then they were just like, I don't know, give this a shot because on the outset they all just like, you have no idea of the quality of any of these. There's no indicator.
Yeah.
And they got this, and they were like, someone saw this and was like, well, I guess this anime stuff is garbage. And they just like gave up forever. That definitely happened to one person.
They got the gang together. They went over to Pizza Hut. They've got a 2-liter Mountain Dew, and it's about they're done playing Mario Kart 64, and it's time to get down and watch them some anime. We're gonna see some titties. We're gonna see some fighting.
This destroyed a party. This absolutely annihilated a mood. It was like it was like me watching Venom 2, where I'm just like, even though it was both our idea, I was just like, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh God, what have I done? Where it's just like, this isn't fun at all. This is just a mood killer.
I like to think that, even though we weren't on our A game, we were pretty tired,
Yeah.
I like to think that there was still even at our best, I don't think there's any an enjoyment to get out of this. There's no riffing to have.
No.
It's all so lame, profoundly lame.
And like I mean, and so much of it is just people talking about stuff that makes no sense. I'm just gonna play. What if I just play a random scene of the main villain talking and see if we can figure out what the fuck he's talking about? How about that? This is what we had to. This is 3 episodes, by the way. It's an hour and 45 minutes total, and it's just this is the dub. The dialogue it sounds like it sounds like this.
Everything he is completely in my hands.
That was genuinely random. I swear to God, I skipped to a random part in this show. Let's keep listening.
Excuse my insolence.
And
It concerns the UN.
Okay, sorry.
Holy shit,
Excuse
dude.
my insolence, and that's
Holy shit.
Admittedly, that is the dub's fault, but still, what the fuck?
Conference the other day. Due to a lack of information, no motion was passed. However, Professor Rampo Fudo, a faculty member at the school, was present as an intelligence officer.
They're talking about the fucking UN.
What the fuck they're talking about?
I want to see fighting. I want to see people fighting.
Even the fighting's not very good. Yeah, I mean,
I know.
the plot is incomprehensible. I wonder if I can find a summary of the plot somewhere.
Yeah, this is an enigma. Like this just.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you could watch it 5 times and come away 5 different times with 5 different ideas of what's happening. You know. Also, there's this girl that won't stop yelling. There's like a Genki sort of like sidekick girl.
Oh, we need to get some clips of her. Yeah, that
Chinese girl.
Oh yeah, she's supposed to be Chinese.
What a
I
disaster.
like I understand why the Japanese aren't psyched on it, but I do like it when a anime girl is Chinese. Like I don't know, it's just fun. I like the Chinese girl in Infinite Stratos. Remember her? She was fun. Something about it. I don't know. When the fuck does she come in? Oh, everyone's having sex with their sisters.
There's like 3 of them. There's like 3 separate sets of incestuous
It's like
siblings.
We're not joking. This is. I mean, it's. I
wish we could. I wish there were jokes to be had.
Yeah, I wish we had jokes. Where the fuck is this bitch? I mean, they all look the same, so it's hard for me to. Does she not come in until like the 2nd episode?
What a mind-numbing experience.
Oh, absolutely mind-numbing.
We wanted a,
33rd
like
generation priestess of heaven, Karin-san, here to the rescue.
Here to the rescue. Yeah, that's what she
also
sounds
all the
like.
women have the same voice except for one.
Oh yeah, the best voice performance is this crazy like eldritch monster.
Sounds like Shodan or something. It's like it's the best part of the entire show for sure. Is that villain?
You seem to be against it. However, I have concluded that it is the way that humans most prefer.
They got a she sounds like a hefty bitch or something. And they put it whatever post effect they put on her voice is actually pretty well done. And it's as an anime villain, it's a very generic like humanity is bad. I'm some kind of like kami. I will return. I'm some kind of manifestation of humanity's flaws. It's like Persona or Angel's Egg.
I like
is that
the
Angel's
design.
Egg? I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of creepy, but it's yeah, it's good. I gotta find another lady to show you to show that they all sound the fucking same. How about this girl?
There are more wounds on your body.
Oh no, she sounds normal. That's one of the girls that's being fucked by her brother.
There's something I want to ask you. Do you have a moment for me?
She sounds a little normal.
My brother is dead, and I have prepared to meet my own demise as a result of that.
She has her boobs out while she's saying all that.
I'm not a competent or even passable actor.
No.
But I'm confident that I could deliver some of these lines better than this. promise you that
maybe. I mean, like like the way animation voice acting works is you like step into a room with no preparation and you're given these lines. You have no idea what your character looks like or what situation they're in. So it is tough. And this was admittedly a very small business in the mid '90s. The anime dubbing.
They recorded this in somebody's garage for sure. This is in a Dallas garage.
Yeah. So it is tough, but yeah, it's that's only somewhat excusable.
You take me for a fool?
Who do you think you are, mister?
That's her again. Yep. I think this is this. I don't.
Just think, the president of our school is possessed by evil, and the world is in trouble, right? This is my big chance to save the world.
She's always doing stuff like that. Yeah, it's yeah. Yes, sir. Where's the other girl? Good shouting in there. Some good. This shouting moves. Yeah, it's
I said a lot of things without any regard for your feelings. I need
to find the ladies talking.
And besides, isn't that revenge against your brother?
My sister.
It's just nonsense. It's it's I mean,
I can't tell you when any of this happened. I've seen this entire thing recently.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you when any of that happened in the show.
Was it her that sounds like? Maybe we just thought it was a different girl. Huh. The music's not great.
Well, I see that you're going to volunteer your life this time.
Okay, that's a different girl. She sounds pretty similar. Yeah. I found on the SNK wiki someone has meticulously summarized the plot of all 3 OVA episodes in a very long long article, which I bet is very grammatically good. So let's just see what we can learn here. So the first episode, after a brief introduction of the characters, Isato enters his transformed form. Gao Kaiser. By the way, it's not Gao Kaiser.
You're not saying transforms. It's just this
he enters his transformed form. All these fandom wikis are written exactly like that. It's like the same guy writes all of them. And they don't say Gao Kaiser, by the way. They say Go Kaiser, which is probably a more German pronunciation. Remember when there was this teacher? I don't remember if he's a character. Isato enters his transformed form. Go Kaiser to defeat a rogue robot. The scene then changes to Isato starting his morning training before school. He stops to gaze
The scene then changes. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is how screenplays are written, right? You're a film guy. This is good.
Yeah.
He stops to gaze at his Kaiser stone, remembering the incident when Hellstinger gave it to him. Karin, who pretends to be a goofy ghost for a free meal, intrudes his thoughts, and both students ride Isato's motorcycle to Bernard High School.
Oh my goodness.
They meet Shaya Hishizaki during the ride with Isato, mocking her set of wheels. She humorously loses in a race and beats her robotic assistant Ballboy for not winning. Yes, she has a robot assistant who floats, who's comic relief. He's C-3PO. Karin also says her greetings to Iki Tachibana and his friend Sabu on the road. As Isato and Karin speeds towards their destination, they almost run over a mysterious figure on the way. Isato warns him to not block the road again, and the man merely apologizes before leaving. Do you remember any of that?
They were on a motorcycle.
They were on a motorcycle. I do remember the motorcycle. Yes.
They were on a motorcycle.
In class, Isato tries to ask the class genius, Randy Riggs, for answers for a test. Their teacher, Rampu Fudo, catches him in the act and tells Isato to copy 50 pages of the textbook as punishment. After taking attendance, Rampo informs the class that the new transfer student in the school, Kyosuke Shigure. Meanwhile, Karin and Shai... Does this sound exciting?
It's riveting, dude.
It's a 3-episode OVA. We're not introducing characters that we're going to know for 80 episodes. This is 3 episodes. This is an ad for a fighting game. And I think 1 episode doesn't even have any fighting. I think the second one is just people talking, explaining the plot.
You seen that new Kanye music video where he buries Pete Davidson?
People keep saying I saw a clip. I saw like he buries Pete Davidson alive, but it's like he buries him up to his neck, which isn't really. That's not
Pete
really the same as
doesn't seem to be that upset about it. He's getting
Why
flowers.
would he be? Why would he be? He's getting pussy.
No, I'm saying
He's
the one
getting
that's the one in the video.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't seem to be terribly concerned about it.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, it's like that's rappers used to actually kill people. This is the least you this man's been married for years and they have kids and he's like a massive public figure and you're just going to start fucking his lady. This is the least, that's the least bad thing that could happen to you. Like fucking I'm sure he doesn't.
Rappers are still getting killed now.
But like small small time. Yeah, some guys.
Young Dolph was killed. It's like it's like
that video of that guy outside the whatever it was, like a burger, McDonald's or whatever, going like, "Oh, they killed Dolph, bro." Yeah.
Yeah, and this is it's in a music video, dude. It's like fucking. What about like no Vaseline? Remember, like Ether.
Yeah,
when we're talking like this is just.
I don't know like, if I might have talked about this on the podcast. Maybe was I telling you about this or just Steven? But like, obviously I knew about the Tupac Biggie feud,
of course,
because it's the most famous ever. But what I didn't know is that they were just. I thought it was just sort of this kind of like. I thought it was like kind of a more private, like sort of more complicated thing. I didn't realize they were just making music videos and songs where they're just like, dude, I'm gonna shoot you with a gun in real life.
Oh yeah,
like they had crazy expensive.
This is a direct threat.
They had a crazy expensively produced music video and songs and everything, being like, dude, I am going to shoot you in real life, and like music and like studios. And companies were like, yeah, this is good. This is a good. We'll bankroll this. It's like, holy shit, the 90s were nuts.
Here is a B-side from Big Papa, which the song is called "Who Shot Ya."
Well, that's one of the.
Yeah, open your fucking mouth. Didn't I tell you not to fuck with me? Can't talk with a gun in your mouth, huh? Bitch ass. What? It's like just like talking about. I'm going to kill you. Yes.
Yeah, and then what was the response to "Who Shot Ya"? Well, because that one's even more intense. "Hit 'Em Up."
Yep.
"Hit 'Em Up." Let's look at the lyrics of "Hit 'Em Up."
Tupac, like hired or got Biggie's wife to do a feature on one of his tracks, and then. After she recorded the part, Tupac refused to pay her unless he got to fuck her, and it's like, they were doing heinous shit to each other.
So Biggie had a song called "Hit 'Em Up," or he had a song called "Who Shot Ya," and then Tupac is like, "Who shot me? But you punks didn't finish. Now you have to feel the wrath of a menace, nigga. I hit him up."
Yeah, you claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
That's why I fucked you, bitch, you fat motherfucker. Take money, West Side, bad boy killers. You know who the realest is. We bust on bad boys. That hasn't aged very well. Because he had fucking P. Diddy was one of the guys who like jumped him, and he goes, "Puffy trying to see me, weak hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass bitches." I think it gets progressively more hardcore as the song goes on. I'm about to set the record straight with my AK. I'm still the thug that you love to hate. I'm from NEW jurors where plenty of murders occurs. No points or commas. We bring the drama to all of you herbs. This is the biggest rapper ever. Being like, I'm going to hire guys to kill you because I'm angry. Mobb Deep, you want to fuck with us, you little young ass motherfuckers? Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something?
I remember when.
Okay, maybe Tupac does rule. I don't really like his music, but that's funny as shit.
There's during the beef between Pusha T and Drake. Pusha had a line about how he's like lampooning a line by Drake, where Drake's line is like 666. He's talking about the six Toronto, where he's from.
Oh yeah,
and Pusha spun that by making fun of his producer who's dying of cancer, and he's like, he's like tick tick tick. That boy is 666. It's pretty good.
Oh damn!
That was a great one. I believe the story of Adidon is that track. That was It's like it's just how it is, you know.
Our shit goes triple and four, quadruple. You niggas laugh because our staff got guns under their motherfucking belts. You know how it is when we drop records. Yeah,
this is
just
the image that he used for the album for the song that he dropped. It's like it's fucking yeah. No, this is just hip hop. Also,
yeah,
you're worth $500 million. You don't get to have privacy anymore. That's how it is. That's just how it works. You know?
Yeah, like cause like yeah, and it's weird that Biggie Smalls, like, you know, he made it so big. He has that video, that song. I forget what it's called, but it's just the music video is just like him, like in a mansion. It's when 90s rappers got big and they just had nothing to rap about anymore, and they were just like, I'm fucking hanging out. It used to be rough, but now it's cool. I buy nice things, and it's like it's a very feel good song. And then he's just like, well, also I have to occasionally rough up Tupac.
Oh yeah,
allegedly.
Where he's just talking about
what's
how,
it called?
The song, you're talking about the Biggie Smalls song "Big Papa," where he's talking about how
the other one,
Juicy.
Don't let him hold you. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Talking about how you got 4 video systems.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like I'm fucking eating things and hanging out by my pool now.
Okay. Here's the line from Pusha T. OV40 is the name of the producer. OVO40 hunched over like he 80. Tick tick. Tick tick tick. How much time he got? That man is sick.
Ooh. Jeez, and got people were like, yeah, he killed Drake in this one. People liked him more. I guess he's because Drake was bigger. Biggie Smalls just got dropped. Little Moo passed the Mac and let me hit him in his back. Frank White needs to get spanked right for setting traps. Little accident murderer. I ain't never heard of you. Poisonous gas attack when I'm serving you. A lot of spanking. Spank you, shank you whole style when I gank. Guard your rank because I'm going to slam your ass in the pank. Puffy weaker than the fucking block I'm running through, nigga, and I'm smoking Junior Mafia in front of you, nigga. Yeah.
I was going to say we should go back and look and actually realize that there's a bunch of queer-coded language.
Oh, yes, a lot of queer theory ripe. A lot of queer analysis potential in 90s rap. I bet.
Well, they're both dead.
It'd be fun to read one of those. Yeah, they're dead. So you can call them gay. That's how.
Exactly.
That's how life works now. Is that if you aren't, if you're remembered at all, if you're not remembered like as a Nazi, you're just going to be remembered as like the only variability is how closeted of a gay guy you're going to be remembered as.
David Bowie's legacy had two ways that it could go. He could go the guy who fucked 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Or the guy who got railed out by every member of the Rolling Stones. And they went with the guy who got railed out by every member of the Rolling Stones. That's what they went with, you know, because they liked him. So he's gay. Not a sex offender. You know? So I think I think Tupac's gay now.
There's I mean a lot of his stuff seems very
Let me search
effeminate now. And
Tupac,
also there's like sort of a conspiratorial theory that like if there's a picture of a rapper in a bathtub, that means they've gotten that they've been run through, like they've been Like they've sold their boy pussy for the fame. And there's a Tupac photo and he's in a tub, and boy is he in that tub. Boy is he nude in that tub. What was what the fuck? It was bothering me for a while, and I wanted to talk about how I remembered. What was that? What was that rap song that? Who posted it? It was like Tommy Wright the Third or something.
For people who say Tupac is gay, and it's a Pinterest page of images of Tupac with women.
Keep going.
It's a Pinterest page dedicated to showing images of Tupac with women to prove that he's not gay. Was that David who shared that song?
What song?
Were you were playing a song there?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it might have been him, but I can't find it in Discord now. But I found it, and I was like, "Who the fuck? Someone like blatantly sampled this recently." Here, I'll play the. I was like, "Who the fuck just did this?" Like so openly, and I remembered it's a fucking Rat King song. It's called So Sick Stories.
Yeah.
In between the concrete and the mid.
Where is it? Hold on, I gotta wait till
the city lives. Now do you see this? The way the grey controls only the souls that go to sleep to sink and dissolve. I said
that little.
Please, motherfuckers ain't stopping me. Coming on the same with the time and he'll figure niggas.
It's pretty much the same thing, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was bothering me for a while.
You know, there was I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but the last Avalanches record has a sample on it that is 1-to-1 a sample that Girl Talk used on a one-off rap that he made, and it was like I thought that I had fucked up and played the wrong album or something. I'm like, there's no way that they did the exact same sample the exact same way. Yeah. It was very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I guess we had to talk more about Go Kaiser. What else was notable about Go Kaiser? Maybe if my memory will be jogged by playing some of these hot clips.
No matter what happens.
Okay. What's happening now in this shot I'm looking at is that a woman is in distress and is clutching her head, and then like a semi-transparent superimposed image of a guy is slowly passing in front of her face, and it's very funny.
I will protect you. I love you, Suzu.
No.
And you know the facial expressions are much more intense than the voice acting would imply.
Don't get lost.
Yeah.
I really don't know what this is all about.
Same,
we decided that we're pretty sure this guy is the guy from Garzy's Wing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even gonna look that up. I'm just gonna assume that.
But don't think that your illusions frighten me in any way. Got it?
They look like just gay vampires. They all have like very skinny ab waists.
What was that just now? What is it? Tell me! The vision!
He starts crying blood.
That's right. It is the ultimate purpose of an entity that is acting in concert with me. There is little...
Okay, yeah. I mean, sure. You know, it's a bunch of that. Yeah.
We did our time.
By as the final desperate chapter of your lives comes to a close.
I feel no need to explain Gao Kaiser any further.
It's incomprehensible schizophrenic garbage. It's a bad idea, but we had to record something. So yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hey, we had a good time. We had a good time last week.
Yeah.
That was about you, Dan.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You ready to try back again soon? Ready to come back down and
Yeah, I'll come back down. I'll
do it all over again?
Yeah, oh, that's actually, yeah, we should the other thing we were laughing at before we started this cast was we were laughing at custom handgun grips people get. And we found a website where that shows ones that people have gotten, and they are so good. They're because it's like a lot of because it's just like boomers, and then also like just anime pictures. So like I'll show the pictures that include the guns quickly, because I don't know if YouTube likes that, but I found this 9/11 one, which is very funny. You got Never Forget etched into the actual slide there. And then there's also this guy who got whatever that Pixar
God, what the hell is
Hispanic boy. It's called like Topo or Tico or something. Taco.
Encanto is the one they just put out.
No, it's a different one.
Disney Day of the Dead film.
So many of those.
Coco.
Yeah.
It's Coco. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like just a really low res image. There's this minimalist Hello Kitty giving the finger. The classy thumbs out middle finger. The angry Hello Kitty. Very funny. That's a Rock Island. A compact Rock Island. Got the little Hello Kitty. And then, but the best ones, the best ones are the casino guy. Like I called it the Fallout villain, or the New Vegas villain. Like just like just the aces or the clubs and spades and hearts.
That it's like clearly all stretched and fucking weird.
Aspect ratio is fucked. This is crazy. The really like it's it's so great. Like you got to wear like a white suit or like a tuxedo with this.
I put the dice one.
Like
I put the dice up.
The dice are great. The aspect ratio is so fucked. Not only is the picture very low res, but yeah, it's like there's 4 dice. What even uses 4?
It's like 2 sets of 2. There's 4 games of craps going on right now. This one's amazing.
That's crazy.
Because it's just against like a beige or something. Like
the color's weird.
Against a beige background. This is really special.
That's bad. And then might be. Like, because of what you pointed out, maybe my favorite are these cards, because it's like it's like a bad, it's like it's not the best hand ever.
No,
it's 2 aces, 2 eights, and a jack, and it's also like there's 5 cards, so it's like this is on the table. This isn't. You didn't get pocket aces. This is the community cards. And you got this on your gun, and you're like, hell yeah, dude! 2 aces of clubs, fuck yeah, brother!
This is a competitive. This is very competitive table we're at right now.
We were like doing like a guy who was just like, hey everyone, we got great cards. It's just like the flush comes, and it's like you get 2 aces.
That's a split. Somebody's got a good hand.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard at that. Yeah, that's so funny.
It's not even the ace of spades up front. It's the ace of clubs up front.
Ace of clubs is a weird choice. Yeah, and it's like you throw a jack in there, and it's the same set on both grips. It's that's a crazy one. Yeah.
It's
not a flush.
Hand.
Yeah.
No, it's not a flush. You don't do a royal flush. You don't do
a royal flush.
Or like aces over kings, or
just
like something.
Just do 4 aces of clubs. Just something that can't even happen. Just that's what a gun represents. It's just like ultimate power.
The cards are whatever they say they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I make my own odds.
It's like the chess game in Code Geass. It's like I can move the king wherever I want. I can have as many aces as I want. I'm fucking Kim Jong-un at this table because I have a gun. I have a loaded gun.
I want to see the mahjong one. I want to see somebody who's got like a really good mahjong hand.
I would never know if it's following the rules.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we've been up to, folks.
Can we call on our Zulu brethren to play us out here?
Sure, just same song, or you got a different?
Okay, it's a great. It's a song. It's immortal. It's an immortal song. It's classic.
I'll just keep playing the same one. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We just had to get that one out of the way. So
squirt it out. Close the loop on the one we tried to do.
Yeah. So that was that we got over the hump, and now it's smooth sailing from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
The next episode's gonna be so good. I don't know. I'll think of whatever funny thing I was going to talk about 10 seconds after this ends. I'll bring it up. Maybe I'll stream some Elden Ring this weekend. And I'll get all my good content out of the way. Anyways, take care, everybody.
We love you.
We love you, and bye now. Take us out, my Western friends. Oh yeah, take me away.
So actual factual, baby.
DM Dana.